Welcome, one and all, to our official Marvel live reaction of 2023. It's been a while, people. 9 months since the last Marvel streaming show. That's gotta be a record. We are so used to Marvel just pumping them out one after the other with maybe a month or two at most in between shows, but this has been the longest drought by far. Granted, we've had Moon-Grown Devil Dinosaur to keep us occupied these last 3 months. However, we know that technically speaking, it's not within the official MCU, so it kinda technically doesn't count. But now we're getting back to the real stuff. We know a lot of things have been switched around. There are still other shows that we don't know if they're during this time frame, before, after. We have no clue at this point. Lots of things have changed at Disney. They have a new head guy.
Who's the old head guy?
Who's the old head guy. A lot of things are being changed around. I think it's fair to say that the streaming bubble has popped, so now they're trying to figure out what to do with that. There's a lot of recasting for obvious reasons. So yeah, it's kind of chaotic right now in terms of Marvel.
Oh yeah, and also some stuff got yeeted off of Disney Plus for tax purposes. Doesn't that sound familiar? And also, we're in the midst of a writer's strike.
Yeah, good times for all. So yeah, this has been weird, you know, getting back into everything. Because now we have to treat this as canon once again. We know that a lot of people have controversial views in terms of She-Hulk. So it'll be interesting to see what their opinions are going to be about this. Because Secret Invasion has been in the works for a while now. Pretty much it began during Captain Marvel, which by the time of this video was 4 years ago. And the last time we heard any mention in regards to the Skrulls was, I want to say, around WandaVision and Spider-Man Far From Home. And that was 2 years ago. So now we're finally getting to the core of it, like the whole big build-up. We know that they've been like this lingering plot thread for a while now. And everyone speculated exactly what they were going to do with the Skrulls, because unlike in the comics, they're not villains in this version, or at least not
the
yet.
ones that we met.
Yeah. Chances are they could turn out to be villains, and in Secret Invasion they could have secretly been infiltrating us this whole time, luring the world into a false sense of security. But again, that's yet to be determined. The point is, we're finally getting to this plot thread, and we're gonna do it today with our new live reaction show, which we are calling
Identity Crisis.
I wanted to go with Planet Skrull from Outer Space, but yeah, that was way too long, so we're going with this instead. So before we start, 2 things I just wanted to bring up. One is our usual courtesy mention in regards to the background noise. As we've mentioned in our other videos, we unfortunately are right next to a traffic circle, so honking horns, ambulances, trains, the like is always going to be in the background. We apologize, there's nothing we could do about that. Thankfully, we're moving in about a month by the time this review series ends. So this, technically speaking, is going to be the last review show we do in this apartment. And hopefully the traffic noise won't be an issue in the new place. Or it shouldn't be anyway. The second thing I wanted to bring up is, I'm aware that there's already a controversial issue in regards to Secret Invasion, namely in terms of the AI technology they use in it. From what I heard, they apparently use it to create the opening of Secret Invasion, which is kind of a dick thing to do when you consider some of the openings and visuals are really good and they have actual talented people they could be paying, and instead they go with shitty AI.
Which is also potentially theft as well.
Exactly, yeah. Well, we just want to make it clear, we do not support AI at all. It is basically theft technology. And the only reason it exists is so rich people don't have to pay artists for their talents. That's pretty much why it exists. So, yeah, we do not support it. However, I will say it actually is appropriate for this show, because you have something pretending to be something else. So, maybe it was intentional. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna get things started. We got 6 episodes in this mini-series, and we're gonna start off with episode number 1, which is titled
Resurrection.
Oh, this is an alien resurrection. This won't end well. With that being said, let's get started and see what happens when we finally get to the plot thread about the Skrulls and play. Moscow, Moscow, dancing in a underwear, dancing in an underwear. Oh. Hey!
I'll be right there. Don't move.
Oh, hey, Bilbo.
Oh, is he still on the run after Wakanda Forever?
Probably.
What if the ones closest to us, the ones we've trusted our whole lives, were someone else entirely?
So everyone's an AI
What
now?
if they were human? Argentina attacks Colombia. Colombia attacks the Philippines. A violent chain reaction consuming the globe. You realize that the entire world is
Cats
full
and dogs living together,
Mass
mass hysteria.
There's an architect to that tension, Agent Ross. If they hit the soil of a major power,
He has like the Charlie face going on.
That was...
People are behind all of this? Not people. Skrulls. Carol Danvers and Nick Fury promised to find them a new planet. But now...
It's still wild to me that that was 30 years
they
ago.
don't want any planet. They want ours.
The only Skrull contact has been through Nick Fury. That means they're our allies.
Then where is Fury?
He's on Saber. God, and if I'm going to bring him
That's where
down
he's been.
for whatever the hell this is, I need to give him something more than just theories. I need evidence.
And that's assuming it's actually Fury.
This is the one that sets the world on fire.
Sets the world on fire, on fire.
Prescott, look, I'm here to help. Okay? So let me take this, and I'll give the information to Fury. Okay?
You're one of them, aren't you? Did he shoot him or did somebody else shoot him? That was a weird gunshot. I don't feel like he got impaled or something.
Academica Metro Station, 6 blocks northeast.
Oh hey, it's Robin Sparkles. Run, bitch! Run! Wait, he's being chased now?
Is he in DC?
That was Moscow. That's what they
Oh,
said
yeah.
at the beginning. Oh, Jesus. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Running, 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 running. How high up are these stairs? Jesus.
Going to the roof.
How convenient all staircases lead directly to the roof. Again, who is chasing him? He's gonna wear his big monitor.
Honestly, after all that happened in the prologue there, I couldn't even remember seeing the Moscow line.
Bit.
Oop. Well,
Bullshit, you did not survive that.
Talos,
It's night.
what the hell are you doing here?
I'm sizing in.
Bit.
no.
Looks like the guy was right to suspect him.
No, he's one of them.
So there are bad scrolls infiltrating the world. I mean, makes sense. Alright, time for the shitty AI opening I've heard about. Oh, a card. Wait, isn't that Daenerys from Game of Thrones?
Don't
she
you
did.
dare.
So I guess this is pretty much confirming Fury's a Skrull. I'm the government. I'm the government. I'm the reason we're all Skrulls. Oh, great. Their master plan: cover everything in ecto cooler.
Well, that was very pretentious, ignoring, just the AI aspect out of it alone.
Beam in the sky cliche. E.T., is that you? Oh, hey, Fury. Haven't seen you in a while.
No more eye patch, I see.
Not like he has to look professional anymore or anything. I guess getting used to Earth gravity again.
Welcome back to Earth.
Where's Will Smith? He needs to punch him. Welcome to Earth.
Gravik is now the newest member of the Skrull Council. He preys on the collective rage of young, displaced Skrulls.
Where is his at? He's here. He's in Russia.
Skrulls are immune to radioactivity, and Russia has the most abandoned nuclear plants on Earth.
But here's the thing. These plans, they're not on the books. We don't know where he is.
Prescott had been monitoring a new radical group called the AAR, Americans Against Russia, which he believed to be the next Skrull front for a terrorist attack.
So Robert's trying to start a war between Russia
So the bad guy in this is Russia?
Prescott's
He's gonna use this bomb to do it.
How predictable.
Does he have the materials for that? We brought you here for a reason. If he succeeds, your species will cease to exist.
Fun. You watch, they're all having a big old party in
You
Chernobyl.
go for a walk in Moscow at night. Well, you gotta stand out.
We have a situation, Mr. President.
Concern?
Agent Fury. We just received word that he's left Saber.
Mainly left Saber.
Don't she done?
Well, I try to think of a different word. Abandoned, departed.
Agent Fury is building out the most complex aerospace defense system in the history of mankind. You can't just leave.
No, I agree. We know they're old friends. Given the fact that I could reach neither Agent Helm nor Agent Fury, they're effectively AWOL.
Doesn't mean another government hunting down the hero type thing.
Дочка.
That's not suspicious.
Иди домой быстро. Дочка, быстро.
Ugh.
Let's see, large black man, Moscow. Well, it could either be Nick Fury or the ghost of Paul Robeson. Okay, go ahead, take the hood off. Ah, damn, I was hoping for a command performance of Old Man River.
Good to see you too, Sonia. So, did you just have me extraordinarily renditioned by a group of your thugs?
Were you not extraordinary?
Do you have some sort of clock fetish that you've been keeping from me all these years?
Hoot hoot!
There's an old English spy master that started the tradition. A clock goes up when your time in the circus is done. Nostrovia.
I'm pretty sure you recollect my drink choice as a bird.
Well, I might have welcomed you home, but I still haven't forgiven you for destroying my very expensive flat.
You mean city.
So it's bottom shelf piss for you or nothing at all.
So,
So, what are you doing in Moscow?
same as you, trying to kill the Squirrel Rebellion in his crib.
You know the rebel leader personally, don't you?
I knew him. I know the nature of this threat way better than you ever will.
Is that your idea of an offer of some sort of collaboration between us?
We used to work pretty well together back in the day.
Back in the day, you would have seen my rather mediocre bad men coming a mile away. The fact that you didn't see them coming means you haven't a hope in hell of seeing Gravik and his rebels coming, which makes you, as a partner, rather pointless.
I let your men take me so I could get to you.
I mean this as a friend.
Sure, that's the reason.
But go back to your space station.
Why, look, it's Daenerys, first of her name, Mother of Dragons.
What's your name?
Peter.
When's the last time you ate, Peter? We grow only scroll produce here. Drink scroll wine, wear scroll skins. Whatever dangers you risk getting here done, they're worth it.
Do they pay scroll taxes?
You're very welcome.
So do they play scroll soccer?
So, is everyone in the party?
The resistance? No. Gravik provides refuge. But if you do choose to be a warrior, there is one advantage.
Yeah? What's that?
You get to leave. Everyone else stays in the compound. The warriors keep our human form. The longer we attach to our shells, the less likely we can be identified by humans and scrolls alike.
So they're in prison.
Wait here, and someone will get you a proper room.
What's behind that?
Victory.
Or death.
Take his face. I'll take his mind.
So we're basically doing invasion of the body snatchers. So not only do they take their form, but they can take their memories too.
Scrolls
That's
are
problematic.
integral parts of major world powers.
Where is the truth?
How about the arrival of Agent Fury? The man who's sworn on Earth would not have returned without cause.
Get that right.
Gravik has something very big up his sleeve.
She's shaky.
Yeah, so she sees an ugly ass squirrel like you, and she goes into hunting mode.
I'm considered good looking.
I know a bunch of good looking squirrels. You ain't one.
Okay, alright guys, what is the play here?
Oh shit, I got it. Not bad for a 136-year-old.
Wow. Now, I'm not even 40 in Cuban years. I haven't even gone on a midlife crisis shopping spree. Hey, what you get for yours?
The Avengers.
I'm sorry, but you gentlemen will have to call it another time. I'm late for an appointment.
Oh, well, who you meeting with?
Wife, mister.
Oh,
Does it belong to Louis XV? It's priceless.
everything is priceless till it gets blown to bits in a hail of bullets. Anything that I found about this one having a wife?
Yeah, it has an ex-wife. Lives in Miami with a soccer player.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go ahead and call that a lie. Everybody gets one. Nobody gets two. Who are you going to meet?
Perhaps we would all be more comfortable in a gallery space where there is more natural light.
Oh, you got any more of these comfortable ass Louis XIV chairs in there?
You going to shoot me?
Maybe. Well, probably. Not right now. Where are the bombs?
Yeah, it's gonna cause some brain damage. Oh, so we got another scroll.
Scroll? Maybe Thanos. Tell me where the bombs are.
Prey on people.
Well, there goes your source of information.
He wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah,
He had every chance.
she's walking into a trap, isn't
Mm, appeared that way.
she? Surprise!
I know you're angry. This isn't you. This is not what your mother would have wanted.
Oh, is that his daughter?
Her last words? Find Gaia.
What?
She's dead.
How?
Why did you ask? The people that you work for.
I wonder, is she a Skrull? Is she a Skrull-human hybrid? We haven't seen her transform.
Making friends with the locals?
How do you think we kept the Cold War from going hot? Spooks like me, gotcha.
You can't say that.
No, you can't say that.
You gonna move?
I haven't decided.
See, that's what I'm worried about. The Fury I knew was always 3 steps ahead.
If I remember correctly, you called me.
On Talos' request. Your lack of contact over the past few years sent a pretty clear message. You're not ready for this, Fury. There's a very real threat out there. You were never the same after the blip. You always told me there is no shame in walking away when the steps are uncertain. So check your footing. Otherwise someone's gonna get hurt.
I like how basically everyone in the show is calling him old.
Tomorrow, there are 3 couriers, including me, all at once near você de Ligne Square. I'll mark each back with infrared spray.
Well, she turned traitor rather quickly. This almost feels like a trap.
Gaia's come back.
Sure she has. Damn it, now I want a pretzel.
I got eyes on her.
2 backpacks.
I got
Remember, we're tracking the bags, not the people.
a lot of backpacks in central Moscow. Guys painted ours with infrared spray.
We missed the pass.
It's almost like you should have picked better spots to scope this out.
Got one carrier going northeast.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I knew it. Never trust little girls with colorful balls. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Oh, jeez. I know they're immune to radiation, but they're not immune to explosives here. You'd think they would have had some reaction to that.
Cool guys, cool scrolls, don't look at explosions.
Oh shit, did they kill off Maria Hill?
In the first episode, no less.
And for all she went through, this is how she goes out. Special guest stars Will Kobe Smothers. Oh yeah,
That tells you all
did.
you need to know, yeah.
Well, that sucks. Brought her in for 1 episode just to kill her off. Bullshit. Would that be considered fridging?
Kinda.
Well, we knew it was a trap. We knew she lied.
Mm.
And that much was obvious. What do you think about it? The bad guy is basically Mystique.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew this would probably happen eventually. It's like, yeah, the whole sentiment of them living on Earth inconspicuously is a nice concept, but again, they're not allowed to live openly given what they are, what they look like and everything, so this was bound to happen.
That's what you get for waiting on Earth to get you a new home.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad they didn't meet up with like the Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that. At least then you know, oh hey, we've got interstellar base people that can probably find us another place.
Heck, friggin' Carol could have found them another place. She's out in space doing God knows what. You mean to tell me she hasn't come across at least one uninhabited planet or moon that they could have set up shop?
Priorities.
She's too important now. Okay, well, not the best start.
No. Like ignoring the fact that we just killed off Maria Hill for probably the lousiest death. The pacing in this is just blah. It's very blah.
I know this is a lot of setup, so
Yeah.
obviously it's going to take time, but I don't know. It's like, this is a lot of time where I'm kind of just sitting bored. I'm like, okay, when are we getting to the good stuff? I mean, again, it's basically everybody telling Nick Fury, you know, you're old. Why did you leave your spaceship? Get your ass back up there if you're going to be a crotchety old man.
And of course, in the end, he's going to wind up saving everybody and being like, who's old now?
Assuming that's him.
That's him. Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious that he's a Skrull. I'm calling it now. It's going to turn out that he was replaced by a Skrull. Because, like, everybody's been saying, oh, you're not the same since the blip, or you would have done this, or the Fury I know wouldn't have done that. It's like, okay, I get it. Either A, he's very fucking old at this point and thus has given up on life, or B, he's a Skrull. So...
I'd say he was faced with his own mortality, but that's happened before.
Many times, actually.
Yeah. They fake out killed him in freaking Captain America the Winter Soldier, so this is not new. I guess the complete loss of control, because Nick Fury was always in control of everything. Like they said, he's always 5 steps ahead of everybody. And this was something that he just did not see coming.
I mean, this is basically the whole crisis that Tony Stark went through with that, you know, he wanted to put a suit of armor around the world because he realized there are cosmic entities in outer space that could threaten them. So that's why he went all gung-ho in terms of, you know, Ultron and everything else leading up to Endgame. So I guess Fury's in the same vein at this point. I mean... We knew he was aware of outer space and all the bad guys and stuff. I mean, friggin' Skrulls he's been dealing with for the past 30 years. I mean, we have Sword, whose whole purpose is to deal with outer space threats.
That's right. Sword, not Saber. I don't care about WandaVision, what they did. That wasn't the real Sword.
I gotta wonder, though, if this is indeed the real Nick Fury, what was it that caused him to change drastically and basically hide up in his outer space treehouse for all these years?
I think it's plain and simple. He got shook.
I guess so.
He got very shook by everything. And then he comes back, and his guy, Tony Stark, winds up offing himself to save everybody. Just, the world changed in 5 years and he wasn't there.
I guess that would shake up anybody.
Yeah.
Any hero that was, like, used to always being in the field that long. Because, I mean, think about it. Endgame was technically the last time we saw him on Earth. Every other time he's been out in space. And, I mean, yeah, he was a character in Far From Home, but that technically wasn't him.
That wasn't him.
Yeah. And again, I'm wondering if that's the Fury we're dealing with here or not. It's still up in the air. It's kind of hard to tell, especially now that we know not only can the Skrulls take your identity, they can take your whole friggin' personality and your memories, which is fucking terrifying. At the same time, I'm like, why are they keeping him in stasis, though? If you have what you need, both looks and memory-wise, why do you need to keep him alive? I think they would just offer him,
Insurance.
I guess.
It's like if things go south, they need something else. They also, I guess, they don't want to be straight up murderers, maybe? I don't know. But then again, they're going to blow... I don't know. It doesn't
blowing
make
up
it
people.
really... I need an explanation.
I'm sure we'll get that in probably the next episode or something. Like I said, this was all just like set up and whatever. I won't lie, I don't remember any of the characters from Captain Marvel, aside from the obvious, you know, Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, Monica Rambeau, but that's it. I don't remember who any of the Skrulls are, like their individual names, personalities. I know there were obviously ones that sided with them and were fighting against that whole race led by Jared Leto, but I don't remember any of them. Honestly, I think that was the only time I even watched the movie was when it first came out.
Yeah.
I haven't really rewatched it since. And
we probably should, given that the Marvels are coming out.
Yeah, I know it would probably provide better context to this. And not that I hated the movie or anything, I didn't. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me. It just wasn't a rewatchable movie to me like others are.
It was really getting us prepped for Endgame, and that was about it.
Like you said, we probably should rewatch, because I feel like the bad guy, we probably already met him in that, and probably the other guy is allies with Fury. I think, like, I don't know, I feel pretty ignorant right now. So, like, okay, so Nick Fury's back on Earth. He's hunting down the Skrull Rebellion, who plan to take over the world.
Of course!
Maria Hill's now dead. That guy's daughter is part of the terrorist group. What else am I missing? I know that lady, that British lady, plans to, like, not only take out the Skrulls,
Nick Fury's old partner.
Not only plans to take out the Skrulls, but everyone within their vicinity, so there's that race against time to deal with that. I don't know, like I said, it's hard to keep track because everything felt just disjointed. It's like we went from one set piece to the other, and it took me a while for me to realize, oh yeah, this person's important.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we got a whole lot of build-up, but very little explanation of things.
I mean, we have the basic premise, you know, Skrulls are trying to take over the world, so, you know, just like the comic. So I guess the question now is, how are they going to infiltrate? How are they going to take out the bad guy? Is the daughter going to perish in all this? Is she going to maybe turn around and betray them? Kind of tough, considering, you know, she basically sold them out here. I guess how is Fury going to deal with this on his own? You know, it's just him and his one Skrull buddy at this point. Everyone around him either is dismissive of him or they're a traitor.
Oh yeah, and apparently Don Cheadle was in it as Rhodey, conferring with the president, and that, at least in this episode, didn't seem to go anywhere.
I mean, that's pretty much Rhodey's role in all this. He's like one of the few superheroes that actively works and cooperates with the government. So, you know, we need him for that, at the very least.
I mean, maybe once the invasion spills over past Russia, I guess he'll get more involved.
What a waste of an Everett Ross cameo. Again, I don't remember from Wakanda Forever. He went on the run? Or, like, what happened there?
Yeah, he got arrested, remember?
He did get arrested?
He lied to Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character.
Lady Hydra, right?
Yeah, Lady Hydra. And then they were taking him away, and the Wakandans sprung him.
Oh, true. Alright, so this was a bit of a fake out in regards to that. Well, I mean, one thing's for sure is that we know for a fact that Fury's going to show up in the Marvels, so something's got to happen. We know he goes back up to his spaceship eventually, you know, unless this takes place before that, which was kind of weird that they would be premiering it in this order. When does the Marvels come out, by the way? Was that like July?
Probably
August?
July or November, that's my guess.
Yeah, I have to double check that. So yeah, overall...
Lukewarm, very lukewarm.
Yeah, nothing impressive or grabbing us so far. Like I said, the most shocking thing was Maria Hill dying.
And even then, I wasn't shocked. I didn't really feel much. That's not a good thing.
I mean, not that Maria Hill was like the best character ever or anything, or my favorite, or anyone I look forward to, but she's been there.
She's been there.
She's been there since Avengers. She's a constant face, and you know that she's supposed to be trustworthy and she's good at her job and everything, and now she's gone. So, you know, that kind of sucks.
One of the closest people to Nick Fury. It feels like this was sort of just brushed off, like, she's dead now.
She's dead, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much everything we could say about that for now. We'll stick with this to see where this goes, like how exactly they handle all this. As per usual with these, they don't announce the titles ahead of time, so we have no idea what's coming up next. All I know is that we'll do our best to keep up with this series from now on, hopefully have this one out before the next new episode instead of the late schedule we've been dealing with lately. Just again, keep in mind we are moving next month. So by the end of July, we will be out of this place. Do our best to keep this setting for as long as we can, so chances are the last episode may or may not be here. We'll see. Yes, but until next time, when we see what Nick Fury's ultimate goal is to avenge Maria Hill's death, I'm Kat McBerry.
I'm Doug McBerry, and if I'm not back by the next episode, avenge me.
You don't hear from us, avenge our deaths.